Now let's get some rapid-fire response from our panel on these stories. The Tea Partiers put out the list of seats they're targeting in 2010. There isn't a single Republican on the list. So much for being this great independent movement. Minority Leader John Boehner says the Tea Partiers are just the tip of the iceberg, and Republicans are working hard to earn their votes. All 3,500 of them in D.C. yesterday. And President Obama says he's amused, as we all are, by the Tea Party protests. He thinks that they should be saying thank you. With us tonight, Stephanie Miller, nationally syndicated radio talk show host, and Heidi Harris, radio talk show host out of Las Vegas, with us tonight. All right, Heidi, let's start with this one. The Tea Partiers. Mr. Boehner says that this is the tip of the iceberg. How is it that you can have this big promotion, this run-up to what's going to happen at the Freedom Square in Washington, and you only get 3,500 people? What's happening with that?
I don't know, but there are people all over the country who are still very energized, and I keep telling my listeners they've got to stay very focused until November to make some major changes. So I do think it's the tip of the iceberg, because a lot of people don't go out and protest or show up at events, but they're very, very concerned about the direction of the country. So I wouldn't give that a lot of credence.
All right, Stephanie, any ice melting? What do you think?
Well, I think, unfortunately, in this scenario, Ed, the Republican Party is the Titanic. But thank you, Boehner, for your thoughts on that. I mean, so far, Ed, this has imploded on them in race after race, hasn't it? Upstate New York and Illinois, the first race after health care reform passed, a Democrat won. So, it seems to me the Republicans are the ones that have to be worried.
Yeah. They're such nice people. They hold up signs right there that said liberalism is a mental disorder. Well, whatever. Tea Partiers, they say that they're going to support candidates, Heidi, that they really want to get behind, but they just happen to be all Republicans. What about that?
Well, I guess that they feel Republicans are the right people with the right values for what they believe in. I mean, they just endorsed a Republican here in Nevada, Sharon Engel, for Senate, and that was kind of interesting to a lot of people because she wasn't the front runner. So they're looking beyond the front runner or who's got the most money. They're looking for some other things. So, they're entitled to do that if they want to.
Yeah, but they're not independent if they're going to go ahead and target nothing but Democrats. You got them targeting Senator Lincoln, Reed, Specter, and Boxer.
What a great list to get rid of.
This isn't a fair and balanced party anymore, is it, Stephanie?
Well, Ed, people like you and I took heat for saying, these people seem kind of like far-right, racists, and then they just did this poll that showed they're kind of far-right racists. They're in all-white, even more conservative than Republicans generally, this New York Times CBS poll, and I'm sure you saw it. Yeah. I mean, it shows exactly what we thought.
Well, they were out in full force, I guess, across the country yesterday. I've never seen a demonstration or protest in Washington, D.C. of 3,500 people get so much coverage, so they've got good promotional operators for sure. This is the president. When it's talking about tax protesting and too high a taxes, this is the president's reaction.
In all, we passed 25 different tax cuts last year. And one thing we haven't done is raise income taxes on families making less than $250,000 a year, another promise that we kept. So I've been a little amused over the last couple of days where people have been having these rallies about taxes. You would think they would be saying thank you. That's what you'd think.
Heidi Harris, are you ready to say thank you to the president for cutting those taxes?
Yeah, right. I want to tell you something. 4,300 people in Nevada lost their jobs last month. Thank you, Harry Reid. Our unemployment is up to 13.4%. Nobody's buying it in Nevada. The stimulus package is supposed to keep it low. Where's my low tax? I haven't seen any low taxes.
Oh, Heidi,
Give me a break.
And my favorite thing is the signs of Reagan at these rallies. Taxes were higher under Reagan. I mean, come on. Reagan raised taxes 4 times. It's hilarious. I mean, almost as entertaining as the signs with the N-word misspelled. I mean, please, Ed, the poll bears out exactly who these people are.
Heidi, is the president telling the truth? The soundbite is In all, we passed 25 different tax cuts last year. Wasn't that the Republican mantra that when the economy is down, you always cut taxes to get the economy going again? Isn't that a move that you could go along with?
You know what? I would if I believed it were actually true, but I'm going to tell you something. Gasoline's almost $3 a gallon here in Las Vegas, and as I mentioned, the unemployment rate is outrageous. If people don't have jobs, what kind of taxes are they
gas
going to be
under
worried
Bush
about?
was $4 a gallon, so we're getting a pretty good discount there under President Obama. But seriously, the guy has cut taxes since he's come into office,
What
and
taxes?
no Republicans and no Tea Partiers, no protesters are willing to give the president any credit for
I
it.
haven't seen any results. The economy is still in the toilet. Everybody knows it. And what taxes has he cut that I've actually seen? You tell me. Which ones? You want to name a few? I don't know what they are.
Stephanie, I'll give you that shot. I know what they are.
We'll
let Heidi ask the questions here.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed that question. But I mean, Heidi, on every level, we were losing almost 800,000 jobs a month when George Bush left office. We are going in the right direction. In every quantitative study, the stimulus obviously is working. We're going in the right direction. Things are getting better. I mean, taxes were higher under Reagan. I can't wait for the immigration debate, Ed, because Reagan was not only for, gave amnesty to illegal aliens, he was for zero nukes. Everything they criticized the president for, Reagan was for. And there they are at the Tea Parties with the Reagan signs.
That's a good point. About taxes, though, taxes have gone up if you're a smoker. Those are the only taxes that have gone up since President Obama has come in, on a federal level anyway. Now, maybe somebody in some county across America has raised property taxes or something like that, which is done on a local level and a state level. But this administration has not raised taxes. This Democratic Congress has not raised taxes, only on cigarettes.